Hello, children. A video request from a young man, and if you have questions, cluelessness, have no idea, your parents lie to you to save your feelings, your teachers lie to you because they're lazier than fuck and they don't give two fucks about you, try that. Go visit your teachers 3 years from now in high school. You know your BFF teacher? Oh my goodness, she's just the greatest ever. This. Go visit them 3 years, see if they remember who the fuck you are. They don't give a shit about you. They get the paycheck. That's what they care. Did it bounce? No? Okay, that's all they want is their pension and their goodies. Fuck you. Anyway, if you're one of those people and you haven't had a dose of fucking reality handed to you, you come talk to me. Go to assholeconsulting.com and we'll kick your ass in shape for the real world. Mr. Clary, I am a 19-year-old male about half of an hour from Pittsburgh who's trying to finally move out and start his life. I have $1,000 in cash, a car, and I want to live minimally. Well, you're with $1,000, that's all you're going to be able to do. I've applied to several community technical colleges around the country. I chose these colleges because I feel like going into the trade and making money quickly for myself is the way to go at this point. Yeah, good idea. I want the skills that will get me a job easily no matter where I live. I'm considering an electrician at the moment. Originally, I wanted to go into electrical engineering or computer science, but I don't think it's worth it anymore from what I've been reading online. It is. I don't care what's said online. You know the only thing that fucking matters? It's not the discussion boards or anything. What matters is starting salaries. That's all of the economic and political and sociological and all that information boiled down to one number that will tell you whether or not it's worth it. Starting fucking salaries. So I'm sure there are some areas of electrical engineering, computer science that may be flooded, or maybe there's some aspects of it that aren't good. But you look at starting salaries, and that is the number one number that will tell you all you need to know. But I like what you're doing here because instead of going 4 years and then risking a huge amount of time and money investment, you're going to start with the electrician, which I know, don't please people right now, I know being an electrician is not the same as an electrical engineer. I know. I got that. He's got that. This is just a step in the right direction. So you could always get your electrical engineering degree later if you wanted. The two locations of colleges that I'm most interested in are Bellingham, Washington, and Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm trying to research myself, but I have no idea what the best states are. I appreciate nature, but don't want to be in some retirement town of 30,000 old people in the middle of nowhere. Will that be Lincoln, Nebraska? Actually, Lincoln's a little bit bigger than that. But it is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, seriously, it is. I drove past, I'm like, there's Lincoln and then nothing else. Just so I could see the stars more clearly at night. As long as there is a decent community college or technical school to get the skills to go into a trade, I am open to anywhere. Okay. I just want to leave from where I am as soon as possible. I was given the full amount for a federal grant, so going to a community college or tech school won't cost me a penny, and I'm willing to get a job while I'm in school so I don't need to take out any subsidized loans. I feel like you will mention the military, but I have a GED and it doesn't seem like they're accepting anymore. I would go into the Navy's nuclear power school or maybe even something intelligence IT related if it was open to me right now. But I'll need to get something like 15 college credits to apply since I have this GED. And at this point, I'd rather just not waste the time and stick to a trade. That's a good idea. You know what? If you ace your classes and get a good trade and then revisit the military, that certainly is an option. But yeah, the GED is not the greatest. I mean, you could blow your ASVAB out, or ASVAB, the test they give you. But yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to get like a 2-year certification or get your GPA up so they say, oh yeah, because it's becoming commonly known that school fucking sucks and that some of the smarter people got their GED at 16 and then got 2 years jump ahead of everybody else and went to college. Because you could apply, as you know, to a community college with the GED because they just want their monies. They want their monies. Who knows, maybe I should just try and join the Army and make things easy. You tell me. Well, you can visit a recruiter. Go talk to a recruiter. Find out what they say. I mean, you could blow your testing out of the water and they're like, okay, you got your GED, but so what? Your competency is up here. You gotta realize this ain't high school version 2.0 where you just fucking slough through and get your GED though. All right, this is real. You got to go to college. You got to get good grades, and you got to try in the military. And actually, they don't make that an option. You will be forced to do. So. The military is certainly an option. Go talk to a recruiter maybe about that. I just don't want to be some sock puppet for fat cunts in Washington, D.C. Well, that's the military. Where's everyone coming through? Like, I want to join the military, but not be, like, ordered to kill people. Sorry, that's the military. That's the drawback. That's the downside. You might get shot. You don't get to go where you want. I'm saying, given everything they pay, and given your option, you know, sometimes it's worth having to go murder people. Now watch everyone, I don't murder. Just, sometimes it's worth getting shot at, right? So, there's no perfect option. Everyone would take it if there was. There's always a drawback to every decision. You know, so just consider that about the military. But really, if you haven't tried, go talk to recruiters, see what they recommend. And I don't want to have a job that won't translate to civilian life. Well, you can always get out of the military. I just want an opinion on my situation right now, and your opinion seems to carry a lot of weight. Sorry if this is too long, and appreciate the time. No, dude, seriously, that was a very well written. See, this is why. Don't think you're stupid because you got a GED. This was a very well crafted and succinct. I mean, you're intelligent. There's no doubt about it. The way you logically ordered this and everything like that. So here's the deal. I would say with community colleges, because as long as they're accredited, that's the key thing. Make sure they're accredited. It really doesn't matter where you go. Lincoln, Nebraska, well, you really got to like corn and flatness if you're going to go out there. I've driven, trust me, it's nothing out there. And even though Washington is a leftist shithole, Washington is very beautiful, and you're not going to be making any money or any taxable money when you're in these leftist places. So I would go where you think it'd be nice and warm, or maybe you do some climbing. Go where you think it would be fun. Okay? You get your job, your part-time job, you take classes, but to get through that, you're going to need some kind of good, relaxing mental stimulation, and I don't think you're going to find that in a flat, no-name place like Lincoln, Nebraska. So even though it's a leftist shithole, I would consider, we said Bellingham. Why do I think Bellevue? Bellevue is where the computer video game school is. I would find a place, you know, look around, see where you think you might like it or whatever, for a community college. I would stay out of the north. I would go where it's warm. I love Denver. Denver is a great place. Check out Denver. Vegas is pretty cool as well. Those are just my personal preferences. Some people like Texas. But go where it's warm, because the cold gets tiring really quick. And, so you got that. But before you do that, talk to a recruiter. If you can get the military to pay for your food, clothing, and shit, you only got $1,000, which is jack shit. Now, I know you're qualified for the loans or the scholarship. But I would go talk to a recruiter. First thing, go talk to a recruiter. Say, look, I got my GED. Let me take the test. See where is it possible for me to get in? Because if you're thinking about going in the Army or the military and you're okay with that, that's going to make things a lot easier. And then you can and they'll teach you, they'll train you. But keep in mind, you're not going to have that carefree, I'm going to go to community college in Denver and go hike and smoke pot and do whatever. You're going to do what your sergeant tells you to do. And it's, 3-4 year commitment. But when you get out, you'll have education, everything paid for, probably positive net worth. You'll be way ahead of your peers and contemporaries at that age. So that's the first thing. Sit and think through whether you want to join the military. And if you do, then go talk to a recruiter. But if you're like, nah, I really don't, start looking around. I don't know what you could do with $1,000. I would like to say go and travel and figure out some things. Take a cheap road trip or to get a bus somewhere. You don't have the money to figure that out. So go and research online as much as you can. Look at places that you think would be pretty cool to go and go study and live. And that's where I would go. So otherwise, plan's pretty good. Kind of envy you. Look, you'd be one of these fuckers. Yeah, fuck it, I got my GED. Then you get your doctorate in nuclear engineering. And then you're like an admiral in the fucking Navy or some shit like that. Anyway, best of luck. Hope you do well. Toodles.